We can easily get lost in the small details of everyday life and become frustrated or anxious. And I think that exactly in these moments, we should take a step back and look at the big picture, that you're alive, that you're here, you're conscious, you're aware, and just think about how crazy that is. I mean, I'm not sure if I'm the only one getting all excited about this. I mean, you have probably thought about this too. I mean, I'm just sitting there, doing whatever, and then I just think to myself, holy shit, I'm alive. I'm conscious, I can see things. How crazy that is. And I forget this so often. Like, I get so lost in everyday things that I forget just how crazy the simple fact that I am alive is, that you are here right now, that you're conscious, that you can hear what I'm saying, that you're turning vibrations from the air into sound, that you're turning the photons coming from the sun into the image of the sun, that you can taste, that you can smell. Like, how crazy that is. Like, and we so often forget these basic things. We take them for granted. But in reality, all of this is a miracle. These are miracles. Life is a miracle. Like, imagine how crazy it is that cows exist. Cows. Somewhere out there, there is a cow right now chilling and eating grass. So in this video, I wanted to remind you, and myself also, to not lose our sense of wonder. To wonder in the miracle and mystery of life and death and consciousness, because we rarely do. We get so lost in everyday's bullshit that we rarely step back and think about what a miracle all of this is. That we're alive. What a miracle even the simplest forms of life are. The miracle of an ant. How crazy that is. How beautiful life is, and it is the most precious thing that we have. It is life. We are life. And we wouldn't trade this for anything else. Now you might be saying, what are you talking about? Cows. What's crazy about cows? I mean, they're just cows. But G.K. Chesterton said something like, it's one thing to be amazed by the possible existence of phoenixes or these mythical creatures, but it's of a higher wisdom to marvel at the existence of a rhino. I mean, I probably said that wrong, but wondering at things that do exist, but they look like they shouldn't exist, like a rhino or a giraffe or a goldfish with its big eyes. I mean, what's up with those? Like, really? And like having this sense of wonder towards them, and almost like finding humor in it. It's almost like humor, like curiosity towards it, and just marveling at it, finding this sense of awe, like, whoa, there's a rhino there. And it's almost like becoming a child again, looking at it with fresh eyes. Because I don't think that we should assume that we know everything, that, oh, we already know this. Because the truth is, we don't know a lot of stuff. We should actually get used to the idea of not knowing. Saying that, yep, I just don't know. And by that I mean not being able to put it into words, into thoughts, into numbers, or any kind of symbols. Because so often we write off events or things because we think that we know it. Oh, this is just a cow, this is just another day at work, or another day at school. But the truth is that there is no moment that is the same. Every single moment, it's new, it's unknown, it's changing. It's never the same. But we write it off that, oh, we already know how this is. We already know that how this goes. Oh, this is just a cow. Not a single cow is the same. Not a single moment is the same, because reality is always changing. Nothing is permanent. Whatever you're going through, good or bad, it will pass. It will all pass. Nothing lasts forever. And this was one of the main insights of the Buddha, that not everything is changing and nothing is permanent. And most of our suffering comes from us clinging on to and becoming attached to the idea that there is permanence in these, and the permanence of the self. Reality is mysterious, it's unknown, But the thing is that we're trying to put it into words, into thoughts, which are limited, which are fixed. We're trying to put it into a line. We're trying to explain it in a line, word after word after word, in language. But the thing is that reality and nature runs on infinitely many lines at the same time. So it's impossible. But there's another knowing that we can't put into words. Alan Watts has this very great analogy with the spotlight attention and the floodlight attention. Our spotlight attention is basically, we get to focus on a thing and we really focus on it, we really get to know that. And we miss out on everything else. And it's very limited. We can only focus on a small thing. We use that for reading, for example. Going word by word by word by word. Having the spotlight attention. But there is also the floodlight attention, which can light up a whole bunch of other stuff, the whole room. But it's not that bright as the spotlight attention. We use this, for example, for circulating our blood, for growing our brain. For example, you might be driving and talking with a friend, but at the same time, you're driving and looking at the stop signs and you stopped and an idiot came in front of you and all of that stuff. But you weren't aware of that. You were totally focused on the conversation, yet you still managed to go through that traffic. That's the difference between spotlight and floodlight. So there's another knowing that we can't put it into words. We can't explain how we do it, yet we do it. For example, how do you grow your hair? How do you move your hand? How do you make a decision? How do you digest food? How do you grow your bones? We don't know how we do them, yet we do it. We know it only because we do it. Now I want to read you a poem that is related to this topic. It's from the book The Way of Zen by Alan Watts, and it goes like this. A centipede was happy quite until a frog in fawn said, "Pray, which leg come after which?" This raised her mind to such a pitch, she lay distracted in a ditch, considering how to run. You see, the centipede knows how to use all 100 of its legs spontaneously without thinking about it. Just how you know how to circulate your blood without thinking about it. But the moment it tries to force it, to control it, to put it into thought and explain it, it is paralyzed. It cannot move. He does it spontaneously. And imagine if we had to explain and put it into words every time we take a breath or pulse our heart. I mean, we would just drop dead like in a second. We know it, we do it, but we can't put it into words. And even the people that can explain, for example, how I open my hand, which muscles go, this muscles go like this and all that, that knowledge doesn't make them open their hands any better than I do. Just by knowing how I open my hands, it doesn't make me open my hands better. This is why I think that we shouldn't assume that we know ordinary things. We can't put it into words, into symbols. We just don't know a lot of stuff. We don't know how we grow our hair. We don't know how we're conscious. We don't know how we go to sleep and wake up from sleep. And we should try to become more like a child, looking at the world with fresh eyes, not having preconceptions. Looking at a tree and not just identifying it as a tree, just a tree, but loosening up the boundaries and seeing it as the earth itself, coming up and raising up and reaching into the heavens. Not thinking we know it already, but letting our imaginations run wild and facing the mystery of reality. Having this playful nature, wondering, having curiosity, exploring, jumping in a puddle for absolutely no reason. Because fundamentally, I think that the nature of life is also playful. It's not that serious. It doesn't have this great purpose at the end, meaning that it's not trying to get somewhere. It's not going anywhere. It's just as the same, like dancing. What's the point of dancing? You see, you don't dance to arrive at some place on the floor. No, and that's where you'll arrive at. No. You dance just to dance. The point of the dance is this present moment. And it's the same with music. The point of music is not to get to the end of the composition. If that was the case, the fastest players would be the best. But no, the point of music is just the music itself. It's this note right now and the connections between these notes. That's it. It's not somewhere off in the future. And just in the same way, the point of life is always arrived at in this moment. It's right here. Because what's the point of a goldfish? Why does it exist? I mean, what's up with that? With its huge eyes. We don't even eat it. I mean, maybe some fish does eat it that we do eventually eat. But what's the point of it? I mean, it's just there swimming and going round and round and round and round. But why do that? What's the point of that? To go on living? No, there's no necessity to go on living. So what's the point of it? It's a play. I think it's the same question as why do we play? Why do we enjoy so much to swing a ball around that's attached to a string? Why do we do that? Why do we enjoy it? There's no point to it. It doesn't get us anywhere. But yet we enjoy it so much. I mean, you could say that we enjoy it, it's fun. But it's the same as saying we do it just to do it. And I think that life is just the same way. It's playful. The point of life is just to live. It's always found right here. Not in the past, not in the future. The point of life is right here in this present moment. It is this present moment. And I think that this is just beautiful. It's a great play or a great symphony. I mean, there's the tree game, there's the plant game, there's the cloud game, there's the goldfish game, the cow game, the human game. And everything is just dancing along, doing its thing. So don't forget that it's all a dance and we should just dance along while the music is playing. So remind yourself throughout the day of the mystery of existence and the miracle of life. How crazy all of this is. You can do what I did, which is getting one of these like objects. I mean, it's a little stone for me. An object that reminds you of the mystery of existence and all of this stuff. I recommend getting something that you can fit into your pocket so that you can carry it with you anywhere you go. But this is great, reminds me a lot of the mystery of existence, how crazy it is that I'm conscious and I'm aware, and it also makes me grateful. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, I do free one-on-one calls. You can send me an email and ask me anything that you want. So thank you for being here. Thank you for watching this video. All the love towards you. Thank you for your presence. Have a great day. Goodbye.